everyone to Talking with Haley. Here, we talk to any and everyone who has a story to share. Today, we are here with Stephanie Vandegrift. Everyone welcome Stephanie.
Hello.
Stephanie, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a mother of 3, and I am a teacher. I teach middle school math mostly. I also have I've been teaching for 23 years.
Wow, okay. So you like it?
I do. It's definitely a calling, and I love kids.
Nice.
I love kids.
Nice. Okay, so the reason you're here today is to teach us about a culture that is often overlooked in society.
Okay.
Usually not talked about,
That's correct.
deaf culture.
Mm-hmm.
So when was the first time you remember just hearing about it, learning about it, experiencing deaf culture?
I was a freshman in college,
Okay.
and I volunteered at a youth group, and one of my students was deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted her to feel welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted her to feel I didn't want her to feel that she was different from any other kid. I wanted her to feel like she had the same experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of I just tried talking with her. I tried learning some sign language, and then as I got to learn some sign language, she would respond back, and it was just
that's sweet. What surprised you the most about the culture as you learned about it?
I think what was surprising to me about deaf culture that I did not, that they don't see themselves as having a disability.
Yeah.
That's who
they are.
That's who they are.
That's how they were born.
And they, a lot of them are very proud.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be viewed as less than or that they are hindered in any way.
Because ultimately, it's just another language.
It is.
It's just that they speak a different language.
It is, for sure.
Okay. I know you told me that when you were younger, going through college, you wanted to be an interpreter.
I did. So as I got to experience, the girl's name was Stephanie.
Oh, that's funny.
The irony. As I got to hang out with Stephanie, and I took some basic level classes to learn how to sign, just some basic signs, I loved it. And I went to some deaf events, like hangouts. So like, as I was getting to know the lady who was teaching us the sign, she was the interpreter at the church I was at. And so I would just watch her. And another thing about deaf culture that was just amazing is how loud they are. I don't know if you've ever had an experience with, if you go and watch the State of the Union and you see any kind of presidential, anything, the interpreter is just so animated and so fast. And I was just like, oh, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to talk with people that fast, and it was just amazing.
But obviously you didn't go the route of the interpreter.
I did not.
Yeah, but you're a teacher, and after I'm sure a long while of probably forgetting about all of this, all of a sudden you're teaching sign language as an elective.
I am.
To hearing students.
I am. I spent a few years, 7 to be exact, in elementary school. So I did my middle and high school math, and then I had children and I had teenagers at home. So I spent some time in elementary school.
Restart.
So then, I recently came back up to middle school, and they needed an elective, and I don't know what made me think of it, but I was like, I could do intro to sign language.
Yeah.
I'm not fluent in it, but it's not, I mean, it's about deaf culture.
Mhm.
It's intro signs.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge teaching hearing students how to sign?
I hate to say this. They're 7th graders and I love them. But I think the hardest for me is to give kids sympathy and empathy, whatever one is the right word.
Yeah.
They have a hard time grasping the idea that this isn't a disability. And we've talked about cochlear implants and just the different dynamics in the deaf culture with
Because a
that.
lot of deaf culture don't
Correct.
want cochlear implants because
Correct.
they don't want to change how they were
Correct.
born. Okay.
Correct. And so I'm trying, and and these kids, they don't get it.
Mhm.
They don't understand why.
Someone wouldn't want to hear.
Yes. And they don't understand. It's a lack of compassion.
Yeah.
But of course, they're also 7th graders and their brains are developing,
Yeah.
and we're trying to teach that.
What should a hearing person know about deaf culture before learning how to sign? Or just what should we all?
I think basically what is good to know is making eye contact and looking.
Okay.
A lot of them can read lips.
Yes.
Talking like this, not what they need.
Mhm.
Screaming at them, not what they need. If you are, you can always write down things. You can just talk normally. Ask them, do you read lips?
Okay.
A lot of them could read lips. But treating them like, even if you met a deaf person and they have an interpreter, you look at them. You're not having the conversation with the interpreter. You're looking at them because they're a person.
Yeah. What advice would you give a person learning how to sign?
Repetition, repetition, repetition. There's I got an app on my phone called ASL Bloom. It's like Duolingo, but for sign language. It's awesome. It's great. There's free lessons on YouTube that you can watch. The more you see it, because it's not just being able to perform the sign, you have to be able to read the sign.
Yes.
You can perform the alphabet, but can you read the alphabet? So it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a name in sign language?
I do have a name in sign language.
Tell me about that.
So culturally, if you are a hearing person, you would finger spell your name.
Okay.
So STEF is what I would do. Steph, because Stephanie's long.
Yeah.
And so I had the opportunity to go to a deaf orphanage in college. Down in 3rd world countries, oftentimes if you have a child that's deaf or any kind of disability, they get dropped on the side of the road because they don't know what to do with them. There's not really things to help. Anyway, so I went down there and I had the opportunity to go to one of these to an orphanage, and I got to meet these sweet deaf kids, and they were just so sweet. And so one girl gave me the sign name of S by my face right here.
That's all the time we have for today, but thank you so much for joining us, and
No
we hope to
problem.
see you again.
Yes.
Okay.